That's why I don't call it a tragedy, because it's so much to thank God for right now. It is before we walk out of the hospital. Sasha is an amazing kid. Sasha, anybody else would have died from this. Anybody else would have died from this. This little girl fell out of my truck. She was ran over by 2 cars. They sedated her to where a horse should have been out. But Sasha is, when she opened those eyes and started kicking that leg on that bed and hitting the bed, she needs you to know, hey, I'm hurting, or I need something. I need you. She's still demanding. She's still Sasha. She knows me. She squeezed my hand. She beat me up. All of that. But she's never been in a coma. Never been in a coma. She's just been heavily sedated. She with a broken back, messed up spine. Her buttocks is missing. She did have a bleed on her brain, but that's not even a thing anymore. She did have broken bones in her face, but it's not something, it would be like something you're getting beat up or something that'll heal. So it's like my daughter is fighting for herself and healing herself, because the things that she do, we're looking at her like, what? Even the nurses, when a nurse do a pass down to another nurse, Sasha she'll let her know, look, this is what you have to do with Sasha, because Sasha will come up off that bed. She tricks us. She'll put her hand out like she want to rub our hands, but then she'll start pulling for us to get her out the bed, and I'm like, you can't move, baby. You can't move, because we gotta fix you. And I said, Sasha, do you want to walk? And she shook her head. I said, well, you gotta lay down so we can fix your back so you can walk, okay? And then she'll say, I'm sorry. Or she'll say, okay. I know that's my child. She's just like me.
And a blessing.
Yeah.
You're a blessing.
I don't sleep. So, because when I close my eyes, I see myself running to get her, and I see those boom, boom. It's just like, bumper cars. They hit her that quick, back to back. That's all I see is my baby laying in the street and those cars. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in shock. I don't know what it is. But when you are a mother, whatever you're feeling goes out the door. Your child is there. That's all you're worried about. That's all I've been worried about. People are asking me, did you eat? I don't know. I'm worried about my baby. Did you do this? Do you need this? Do you need that? And I just don't know. All I know is I have to keep my eyes on my baby. After last night, when she called for me, call my mama, she mouthed, call my mama. That's when I knew I can't go to the restroom down the hall. I got to go to the restroom in her room. I got to be with her. And she every time she wakes up, she looks for me. She knows everybody that visits her. I don't know. It's only by the grace of God that my baby is functioning like that. And I don't wish this on not one parent, not a grandparent, not nobody. I don't wish this on anybody to go through with a child like this. She called me. She told me to come get her. She was at a boyfriend's house, but she wanted to stay with me that night because she's a mama's girl. That's what she does. And she couldn't drive because she was tipsy. She wasn't gonna let him drive because she's responsible like that. She's a little woman. And I went and got her. We stopped by a gas station to get gas. We exited Heritage Parkway, or Heritage Trail, something like that, going into Mansfield off of 360. When we turned, everything was fine. We was talking, we was joking, because that's what we do. We joke with each other all the time. We roast each other all the time. That's what we do. She talked about my mom, and my mom was dead and gone, and I'd be like, that's your nana. But we was messing with each other that night, and we went through 2 lights, 1 or 2, but I remember it was a Shell gas station on one side, it was a 7-Eleven on the other. That's when, okay, we're in the middle side because she fell out this way. She leaned back because I had said something else to her. She leaned back laughing, and it was like she twisted out of the truck, and I leaned and I said, Sasha, but she was gone. She was gone. So I'm trying to stop. It's people behind me, and all I could think is, if I have a wreck, I won't be able to get to my baby because I'm hurt too. So I stopped immediately. I slid into a stop. I got out, and I'm running across the street to get her, and this car is just going. It was real busy that night. It was cars just going back and forth, and then boom, boom, that quick, 2 cars hit my baby. It was a white car and it was a black car. They were cars, no trucks, nothing like that. And like I said before, and I say it again, I don't blame those people for hitting my daughter because she was in the street. I just don't understand why they wouldn't stop. But it wasn't just them not stopping. When I dragged my baby out of the street, because she's so long, I was dragging her out of the street. And then I got her over to the side. And then I'm in the street waving in the middle of the street for people to stop. Nobody would stop. And then a policeman came, and he was just passing by chance, and he stopped. And he was like, what's going on? You know, you can see him through the windshield. What's going on? And I said, my baby was hit. My baby was hit. And he got out, but he couldn't believe what he saw. And he immediately stopped traffic. He cut his lights on. I remember I was on the phone with the 911 dispatcher, but she was trying to make me be quiet and calm down. And this is my child. I'm not calming down, telling her where I am. And I'm thinking, I'm on the phone. You can track me. And she couldn't. So I told her, I said, you know what? Never mind. The policeman is here. So he called it in. Within minutes, I want to say seconds, policeman was there, fireman was there, ambulance was there. But that's not the amazing thing. The amazing thing through all this tragedy that happened, Sasha just, because we didn't think she was breathing. And she kept doing it like, I'm breathing. It was like the wind was knocked out of her and she just woke up. She did that all the way to the ambulance. We thought she was going in the ambulance, and it was worse because her whole buttocks was gone. It was gone. And the helicopter was there within minutes. I was okay. I think I was okay because you got to be strong for your kids. I was okay until they said we're going to JPS. And I said, JPS? We can't go to JPS. And the policeman looked at me. I said, her daddy died at JPS. And he said, man, we have to take her to JPS. It's the best place, and I know that. But it's too familiar. Stephen had a wreck on 9/17 where my baby had this accident. He was taken to JPS. Sasha was taken to JPS. She's right across from where he was. And I know there's, speculations and people that say what they would have done. You don't know what you do in that situation. You have no idea what you would do, because the only thing you are thinking about is saving the life. That's it. That's all you're thinking about is your child. There's no perfect parents out here. These kids didn't come with a direction book, no instructions. Nobody tells us what to do if it's a wreck. Nobody tells us none of that. And that's why I want people to know, you don't know what you would do in that situation. Some people say I drove a mile up the street. No, I didn't. No, I wouldn't leave my child. That's my heart. Me and Sasha are best friends, just like me and my son. I got to her as quick as I could, but I couldn't save her from being hit. It was just too fast. It was too fast. But all I want everybody to do is pray for my daughter. Keep your kids safe. Like I thought I was keeping mine when I picked her up because she was intoxicated. Just keep your kids safe. You can't always keep them close because they grow up and they become grown-ups. But just, I don't know what else to tell them. I don't know what else to say. But I know I don't wish this on not a parent, not a family member, not a cousin, nobody. Nobody. I live here. This is my home. I haven't been home since we've been here, and I won't go home until it's time for both of us to go home. We might be here for 2 months, 6 months, who knows? But this is my home because that's where my baby is. People are telling me, oh, go up the street. I got an apartment. You can sleep there. I don't want to sleep there. I'm sleeping in this room with my child. I don't care how uncomfortable it is. This is my baby. I got to stay with her. She needs me. She knows I'm there. She knows when I'm not there. I just pray that this never happens to any parent. And when this happened, it was so many people that reached out. Oh, this happened to me. This happened to my child before. And I'm like, this is real. This really happens to people. I didn't know that. And this whole time, people are telling me, don't blame yourself. Well, I said, I'm her mom. She was with me. I was protecting her by picking her up, trying to take her home safe. And this happened. And all I keep doing is going back to the drawing board. What could I have done? Maybe I could have walked her to the door and closed the door for her. Because she got in the truck and she just closed the door. We thought. And it was just a freak accident. But I need the people that know by now, they know by now that they hit her, to just come forward. I know it's a crime now because they didn't stop or they didn't slow down, but come forward. Please, if anybody saw it, come forward. I know people might have seen it and it was unreal to them until they saw helicopters and lights and stuff, but if you know anything, if anybody know anything, I need them to come forward. This is my child. The door wasn't closed all the way. And I got an old truck, so the lights don't come on no more when you open the door. The signals don't come on. Every once in a while they would, and you'd hear a beep, but it wasn't like that. And it was like she twisted out. And Sasha's such a jokester. I just knew when I got back to her, she was gonna be on the side of the road laughing at me. Cause she's like that. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case.
And tomorrow she has
3 surgeries. She has her spine, she has her back, and they are reconstructing her buttocks. This, I don't call it a tragedy. I don't. I call it a miracle because my baby's alive. I don't call it a tragedy. It's a tragedy because she got hit. It's a tragedy because she fell out of the truck. But it's a miracle that she is alive. Not only is she alive, she can breathe on her own. She can do all of that. She can mouth what she wants. She can write what she wants. There's no brain damage. That's why I don't call it a tragedy, because it's so much to thank God for right now. It is before we walk out of the hospital. It really is.